Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is the round 3 review for the Supercoach Challenges team. So if you haven't seen before, obviously the rules are in the description, but pretty much we started the start of the year with only 400k players, well, priced at 400k or below, and got a few rules for now trading them in. So we're not allowed to trade in our first premium player till after, well, round 3 when the first price rises have begun. So it's going to be interesting here. So we actually had a higher score this week than last week, I believe. Or maybe we had like an 1890, maybe. We went down in round rank by about 4,400, but we went up in our season rank by 2,000 spots. So we're slowly traveling up. It's going to actually be pretty hard to get to the 50k point because there's a lot of good coaches that are at the 50k point. Just from watching even YouTube and of other creators. So 50k is going to be an interesting battle to get to, but hopefully we can do it. As we kind of did explain in the brief video we did on the Saturday, there was the injury to Darcy Cameron, which wasn't great for a lot of people who brought him in. And then we had more carnage in the very next game with LDU being laid out for North Melbourne, which meant that a lot of people had traded him in, and consequently, because the website and app then went down, they were locked into him, and he was literally a 5 minute before the siren went to play the game, he was pulled out. So it's pretty hard for coaches to kind of come back that, especially with the app. And for those who captained him, it was a bit of bad luck. So what can you do? Luckily for this team, we didn't have that, but we didn't get the captain right. Well, we did better than the first week at least, but yeah, the captain was a bit of here, there, and everywhere with Setterfield. He got to 80, but he also got injured, it looks like. So we'll have to follow the injury list to see what happened there, but otherwise, the team didn't do too bad. We're up to 130,000. Hopefully we can start to crawl back up past that 100k and get to the 50k. That's what the aim is, because anything above that's going to be impossible. But I think top 50 we can get to. We're only 700 points behind that, and that's a lot to catch up. But we have 20 rounds or 21 rounds, so hopefully we can do something about it and miss a bit of the carnage, and hopefully people will run out of trades, because there has been a lot of aggressive trading with the boost, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage. So let's have a look at the team. So coming in, Will Day, spectacular game against North, and it really looks like they want to play him through the midfield. And as I've been saying the past couple of weeks, it just looked like Will Day was getting enough midfield time, he's getting enough of the ball, that a score like this was going to come. He just had to put it all together. And this was the week, 139, a great score. I wish we'd put the captain on him, but, you know, can't get everything. So we'll take it as it comes. Wiedering, another decent game. I mean, 86, pretty good. So we'll take that. Hinge, we got a 99 out of. He played really, really well against Port Adelaide in a high pressure game. He looked really good across the back line, kind of in that role we thought he might play. Hunter Clark, an 80. At least he's above his average, which is good. Hopefully he can start to pick that up a bit more. He does have all the opportunity now is still out. And Mason Wood also copped an injury as well. So if anything, he should be getting more and more mid-time now, and hopefully he can pick up some big scores before we eventually are forced to trade him out. But at the moment, the backline actually looks quite good. I mean, everyone's playing McKenna, so there's no point in trading him out, well, not trading him or moving him off. Sadly, we found out late tonight that Chesser has got an injury, which means we're going to be struggling for backline cover. So unless there's an injury, we're going to keep it as it is. But yeah, that's just a little bit annoying. Although Flanders could go out, so maybe we could work this so we get a defender in, actually. That might be the way we go. But actually, I was going to use Flanders to trade up maybe. So I think that's still going to be the go. But yeah, really happy with the back line. Now the midfield, Lockie Hunter, another 100. This could have been a lot bigger. I think he was on like 90 at the middle of the third. So to get a 108, it's a little bit disappointing considering like Clary and Grundy went so big. But, you know, we'll take that compared to the 50 he got the first week, which is just really annoying because we captained him because we expected more of these 108s, 90 scores. And probably what turned me off, maybe even captaining him this week, but we'll take the 108. Will Setterfield could have been a lot worse than what it ended up being. I think he had 2 disposals after the first quarter, but picked it up a little bit to get to the 82. Now he's injured, which is a bit of an annoying thing, but you live and learn. And I guess that's what we're just going to have to deal with. Next, we got Kerno. So he's going down in money, which isn't good. The 50 also isn't good. He just seems to be the guy they kind of move into a tagger when they have to and bring him out the midfield. He's hoping that maybe he isn't going to be played in this bad role where he loses too much money. But at the moment, we're going to have to keep him. There's no real rookies we want right now, so I think we'll just keep him. And hopefully he can just get an 80 to 100 next week. That's the goal. An 80 is par, and hopefully the midfielders can get to that. And Ash did that. He got to a 90, which is great. And that was with their midfielders back. So hopefully he can continue to push out scores like this. And we can kind of just keep him in as well. Now, Jimmy Warple, he's starting to lose mid-time, which is not good. And this could start to become a bad pick and maybe one we have to move on. Good thing is we've got McKenzie. He seems to be taking that midfield time. So we might play him on. I think it's gonna be hard. I think that they're going to kind of switch a little bit. I reckon that midfield isn't really set. The only one you can really say is Day. The rest of them seem a little bit up in the air, except for maybe Newcomb. Between McKenzie, Warple, Connor Nash, and there's probably a few others that they're trying to run through there as well. It looks like it's going to be really hard to kind of figure out which ones we should be playing. Hopper was injured. Baker had a 95, which was great. Everyone played that score. We had him, so it's good to see that we got that score and we're able to cover it. But I think it would have been nice to him to get a bad score because everyone would have maybe traded Hopper out and he could have become a little bit of a pod for us. But we'll take the 95 either way. Because the thing is, if Baker had scored a bad score, everyone would have traded Hopper and I would have just put McKenzie on, which would have covered that score and actually been quite good. But instead, everyone just took Baker and kept Hopper. But that's just a bit of bad luck. Wangani Malira just doesn't look like he's going to be able to put it together this year, which is a bit of an annoying thing, but he's there, so we'll just keep him as he is for now. Ashcroft, another decent game. Everyone's got him, not much to worry about there. Draper actually had a half-decent game, but his price went down, and if he's going down with an 81, his break-even's 84, so it's not too bad, but it would be hard for him to reach that level again. Radigalia looked like he was actually going to score something decent, like maybe an 80, after he was like on 30 after the first quarter, and then settled on 47, so 17 points for the rest against the Gold Coast team that looked absolutely horrid, but beat them, but were literally just kicking it down Stuart's throat the whole time. So maybe that's where all the balls kind of lost to. Next is Zeeble. We put him as the VC, but didn't quite get to the form he had the last week, but that was all right. We had Setterfield, which was fine. Horn Francis played really well up to the half. I thought he was going for another big score. I think he was on 60 at the half. But with Port kind of capitulating a little bit in that last quarter, he kind of couldn't really get his score going. 59. he was actually on a lot worse score. He was on like 20 in the fourth quarter, I think, and then he kind of got a lot of jump ball, or not a lot of jump ball because it was a close game, but he got a lot of easy ball in some uh, big moments of the game that kind of pumped him up to that 59. Sheasel, probably the best rookie. Well, he is the best rookie this year and one of the best in the past few years. Three set scores of over 100 is just amazing. And he's already gone up 100k in after the first 3 weeks and should easily make us some big money. But how many people have got him? Like 77% of teams got him. So, you're not really gaining anything there. Tanner Bruin could actually get dropped, which would be a pain. And we can't actually swap him with the midfield. Oh yeah, we can with Davey. So, but yeah, that would not be good. And there's not much in the forward line to really trade into rookie wise. So it's going to be interesting to see. We might actually have to just leave our rucks this week. I kind of wanted to upgrade the rucks, but it's going to be. I don't know if we can. There's a lot up in the air in the rucks. A lot of players have got hard matchups coming up, so maybe we'll just leave the rucks as it is this week and get maybe a midfielder in. I don't know which midfielder we're going to trade. Well, we could trade Flanders, and then, yeah, that could be the option. Maybe we bring in Dunks. I don't know. I have to look at the prices in a minute. We'll see what we got there. And Chandler had a big 90 with an 8 disposal, 3 goal game, which I still think is pretty lucky to get a 90. I don't think. If we look at some scores over the weekend, Doherty had a 39 disposal, 1 goal game that netted like 80 something. It's crazy that 8 disposals, 3 goals can get 90, but 39 can't get over 100. Absolutely mental. Even Cogs had a 29 disposal game and he only got a 58. Bonds, probably match winning game, got an 89, which was I think 28 disposals. He had like 13 clangers and 6 frees against, but it's still annoying that a guy that isn't in my regular team but is in this team was able to do an 8 disposal, 3 goal game, get a 90. But that's the way champion data goes sometimes, and in City you can complain or you can just kind of take that score on the chin. So it's good for this team though. Good to have a 90 on the field because a few people wouldn't have had him on field. 20%, so 1 in 5 didn't. So, but he's finding quite good coverage for a lot of coaches. The issue is going to be is he could drop a bad score soon, which is going to hurt a lot of coaches. But with 4 out of 5 having on field, not too bad for us. So we'll leave that as it is for now. And looking at the emergencies, so midfield emergencies were great. I would have loved to have Ned Long over Fergus Green. I don't know why I started Fergus Green in this team. It's actually so annoying, but alas, that's what we have. Yeah, Flanders picked up an injury and actually lost money this week, so that was great. I was thinking he might actually just gain 10,000 and then we get rid of him, but he lost 4,000. So that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That's the way Supercoach goes, and I guess we could add Darcy Cameron. A lot of lost a player and a trade. So, but anyway, so what we'll do is have a look at some trades here. So Flanders is the first one out. Now, what I'm thinking, why do I always press the players I can afford? At the moment, I can afford anyone. What I'm thinking is, can we put this boost on? Right. We're not going to use the boost. But what we are going to do is get everyone up so we can kind of see all the players. So, we've got quite a few options. Now, if LDU hadn't had a calf issue, I feel like that would have been a good option. What I don't like about LDU now is he had a calf tightness. Now, it was from a knock. Like, calf tightness and calf injuries are not something you want to have to deal with. And it kind of makes me want to skip. And I think North have a little bit of a few hard matchups coming up. So they got Carlton and Brisbane, which are two quite hard matchups. Now, Gold Coast isn't too bad. So maybe we aim to bring him in around where Gold Coast is. But then they have Melbourne, St Kilda, Port Adelaide. St Kilda are top of the ladder at the moment, and Melbourne are a good team. Port Adelaide, not so much. So, and then Sydney. So it's not like he's got an easy run of games soon. It's going to be hard. And then Collingwood after that. So up to round 11, it's like not that great. There's one good game, like one really good game where you can see him going huge, and the rest of them are quite hard. After his bye, it opens up a little bit. GWS, Doggies, who knows what's going on with their midfield. The Crows, always good for mids. Geelong, not so much, but they haven't been very good this year. Hawthorn, he might cop a tag there from Finn McGuinness, but hopefully not. St Kilda, now if he goes well in this one, then that could actually be quite good. West Coast, Melbourne's bad, but then he finishes with Essendon, Richmond, Gold Coast, which I can see as being very good run home. So we'll leave LDU for now. For one, he's gone 2 149s. The second, he's got a calf injury, so don't necessarily like that. Now, Clary is 700k. And around 41% of teams have him. 700 would be a real tough pill to swallow. That's like 500k we're going to lose, when we could probably just wait and upgrade with someone else, because we're trying to get issues out of the team right now. The issues are the rock. But I'm not so sure even the rock's the right place to go. It's really hard, because if we look at the rocks, we got English, who's the top averaging rock, but he's fraught with danger with injuries, and I think his runs are not too bad coming up, but still not sure about it. And after that, we got Witz, who's got Marshall this week, and I like Witz. Then I think after that, it's a little bit rough. Yeah, then he's got Darcy, and even Goldstein's not great. If he was going against Sherry, you would like that matchup. Then he's got Nank, and then he's got Grundy Gorn probably. So, yeah, week 9, that Bailey Williams matchup. But Nick Nat could be back by week 9, so it's not even a Bailey Williams matchup. So, yeah, and then he's got English, and then Rob, and then after that it kind of opens up again. Collingwood should have Darcy Cameron back by then. So, man, if he had Collingwood as a matchup, who has Collingwood as a matchup this week? I can't see. Collingwood, Brisbane. So Omac. I'm not bringing Omac in. One I really, really like is Josh Kelly. Like, I really like. I had him in the team originally, and then he copped that injury, the concussion, which was really unlucky. He was going for a 120 there, and then he has a 148 in his next game back, and it's just like, why not have this guy? Mostly because of his injury risk, but we could grab him before his price goes up. Because if Laird chucks out a bad game, he's going to go down. Tukey looks like he's going down. His break even's 150. So if he chucks out a 120, he's going to go down. What's his projector's 110? If he goes 110, he's losing 18. Interesting. I think it's going to be timing some of these guys. Like Bont's there, but he's probably going to lose quite a bit of money on 41 break even. He could go that against Richmond. Laird. So if Laird's 118 now, so that's not as bad. And Fremantle don't look like they're going to be that hard in midfield to score against. But what we want to do is we want to make sure we're picking a player who is going to be that number one. And if I wanted to do that, I'd probably be going Clary and English. They are very expensive. So I think with that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to lose our mid forward flip and we're going to take Josh Kelly for now. I just think that if you don't get him now, he's probably going to go up to 600-ish. And we've already got English and Wits at 600. And, you know, if they go further, then fine. But we might as well get Kelly in now before he gets that first price rise. LDU could be another one. But, you know, it's hard to go LDU at the moment when he's got that calf issue. You'd want to watch him a little bit. So that already gives us that. Now, when does GWS play this week? Okay, so we can go for a risky VC into him. Now, I do like that. Clary would be good. I think I'll get Clary round 6 when he plays Richmond. Maybe next round if he goes big against West Coast. I mean, he could go big against West Coast, but his history suggests he won't. But round 6 is definitely where we want him by because that's the game against Richmond. You'll probably go 200 against Richmond. And then I think it really opens up and round 7's North. Oh, Jesus, North. Round 8. Where is Melbourne? It's Gold Coast. That's another big game. Like that's probably 3 games where he scores 150 plus. That by that time, maybe some of our mids will have made a bit more money. Maybe Warple could have gone. I could go Kerno now. What's Kerno's break in? 52. That's not that bad. He can score 62. He only lost $200 actually, so it's not like he lost a heap of money. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. What do we got? If we go Supercoach Plus and we look at some cash cows here. All right, so we got some nice cash gen here. Everyone's got them though. Setterfield, still 44k. It's pretty good. So we probably got what? 100, 200 worth, 100 worth. How much are we looking at losing? So Wiedering's probably going to lose money. Kelly's projected to lose money. Kelly's projected to lose money off the back of the reason being off the back of that 80. His break even's 106. And if they're projecting him 98, he'll go over 98. He's playing Essendon. Like, yeah, they might put Setterfield on him, but he'll run off him. And I think they'll try and put time into Green anyway. And even if... And then, like, Parrish and Merritt aren't going to put any defensive effort into Kelly. So, yeah, I'm happy with the Kelly pick, I think. Like, if we trade a player... So if we can look at Kerno here, let's look at let's up the price to here. Probably a good thing to do. We can't do cash cows in here, can we? Projected increase, that'll do. Projected decrease. Oh, well, that's just annoying. Recommended next round are Green, Hewitt, and Viney. Running hot. No one's running hot yet. Form drop. Nothing there. So this is real helpful. I love this. What if we have a look at our buy situation as well? All right. So what's this looking like? Buy. So round 12, we're looking very good for. Round 13, also looking very good for. Round 14, not so good. And round 15, also not good, which is good. We're heavy on the first two. That's what you want. Then you trade into the other ones. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. If we look at let's actually go to players. Can I look at it better here? Yeah, I can. We go filter. Oh no. Let's drop down. Why can't we do this in trades? Maybe we can. Maybe I'm wrong. So we got Amadi, Buckley. Wouldn't go near Amadi. Buckley. Amadi just because he's a key forward. I think that like the first game was obviously because there was no Buddy. He could be having a little bit of a breakout, but I don't know. Have we learnt our mistakes from a Fergus Green? I guess Joel Amadi's had a bit more, game experience, but Buckley, bit too late now, but great for people who selected him. Phillips, that's good. That's really good. But I'm not sure he gets a game, so that's the other side of that. Sam Petrescu-Seedon. Apparently he's got like the worst looking haircut. I didn't really see him when I watched that game. I didn't really watch much of the Freo West Coast game. That's because West Coast aren't very good. He's in 241 teams. LDU is supposed to go up 41k. What's that for projection of? 114. Alright, so if he doesn't hit, well, he could go 150 though. Yeah. None of these guys are supposed to go up a heap of money though. Mason Wood went up 55k. We should have Mason Wood. 390k just seems so expensive for a guy who's never really shown the form. I guess maybe he has at North a little bit, but such a risk. Mitch Owens was one we probably could have played in the forward line to great effect. He actually went quite well. 76, 97, 76. Those are good scores for a 250k player. Like, if I had him over Liam Henry, that would be nice. Bose, his role looked so bad. Stocker somehow scraped to a 70. Wild. Nick Dacos is still expected to go up 23k, but then it's still more less expensive than not Siebel, Kelly. So we'll take Kelly. Tinglish is expected to go up 21k. Interesting. But yeah, none of these 600k players are expected to go up big in the next round. We go Lee. So Boak's losing money. Gorn will lose money when he comes back, which is good because he got a 0. That's like harsh. Getting a 0 is just rough. Offer 140 as well. And once that 140 comes out, he will lose huge money. Could be really good actually for this team because we might be a bit low on money. Yeah, he's going to be expected to go down to 483k. Jesus Christ. What? I hope he gets forward status. Oh, I wish we'd got more time with him so we could have got some forward status. Jesus. 130k down. That's good for people who haven't got a set right. Very good. Man, I might go Marshall to Gorn. That's another conversation. As we go down, we got Willie Rioli going down. So Doherty's going to go down quite a bit. He's projected to go down another 32k this round, which would bring him to the 500s, which would be very tasty to pick up. So we'll probably be aiming at Sam Doherty. He had a very good game. He was absolutely roughed by champion data. I'm sure he's got a 160 to hit. But he's also playing against Hawthorn this week, so he could hit that, but you'd think they'd put some work into him, considering his score last week. No Anderson, what a letdown. What a letdown. Really been affected by Matt Rowell, looks like. He averaged 100 last year, and he hasn't even got close to that this year. It's very frustrating. Darcy. Darcy's got a hard run coming up, though. Even at 500, it's going to be hard to look at him and go, yeah, I should get him in. And 2. Yes, so some good players are going to lose some money. So what do we do about this rock? Here we go. This is beautiful. All right. See, so if we'd gone Phillips, we're losing money. If we'd got any of these guys under 300k at losing money, pretty much. How many making money? Matt Flynn had another good game. Jerry could have made money. Man, that's so frustrating. Like with that injury, we lost like a player that probably could have averaged 100 on our ruck line. It's so frustrating for that to happen in the first round. But yeah, there's a lot of the rucks are losing money, so it is good to wait. Like Darcy's going to lose 20. I think, did I see Witz was here as losing money? Yeah. So Witz is actually put in to lose 4.2, but then he'll go back up the next 2 rounds because he had, I think last round he had a 109, and then after his 140, which would have gone out now, so that's probably why. And he's got Marshall, so it could be actually quite a hard game for him. So be interesting to see. Mark Pintant's quite annoying. But I don't think he had that good a score anyway, but we could have used him. Yeah, so I guess there's a little bit of rambling at the end here, but yeah, I'm thinking the first premium player we're bringing in is Josh Kelly, who's fraught with danger because he always seems to find himself in injury trouble, but I think it's the right decision here because he hasn't increased yet, and I think he will start to increase. If you've watched any of Kelly's games so far, his first game, he was absolutely dominant. Like, he looks so good in the midfield, and I didn't get to watch him against Carlton, but for him to go 148 shows that this man is here for business. And if he can stay healthy, which, like, even the first round where he got injured, it was a concussion, which is out of his hands. So I think he can go big for the rest of the season. I think it's good to get him in now before those price rises. Now, yeah, you can argue get LDU, but the calf just scares me off. I do not like calf injuries. Maybe in this team you could take that risk because with the injury, just because, you know, we do have a bit better backup on the bench, which we may have to trade out because Jimmy Warple looks like he's losing all of his midfield time, and Naish Wanganimilera just doesn't look like he's up to it. But for now, we'll keep him and see what happens. They can make maybe when they break even, start the turn. I think Warple's break even is still 50, which isn't too bad, and Naish's is 37. So they're going to make money still. So we'll keep him for a little bit longer. Tanner Bruin, surely Geelong have to go and play him in the midfield soon. They're just losing. Just do something. Just like play something different. Why are we playing Patrick Dangerfield? Like, I get you won the premiership last year, but that hasn't worked so far this year. And you're losing to Gold Coast, who don't look tremendous. And you just look old in the midfield. Like, get some new players. Get some younger players through there. I just don't understand why you wouldn't at least run Bruin like maybe 50% CBAs or something like that. Or I know he didn't look great, but in preseason looked amazing. And just get some youth in there because like they put Hawkins in the team this week and he can barely run. Like, what's the point? What is the point? Honestly, just doesn't seem like a smart decision doing that. Potentially injuring him. We're going to sit on these guys a little bit more, so Rat will hopefully keep making a little bit of money. I think that 30 break even, so hopefully he can make some money. Draper, hopefully just doesn't lose too much. But yeah, we can probably wait on the rucks 1 or 2 more. Same with the defense. They're making quite a bit of money. Everyone except Wiedering. And Wiedering could pick it up. This could be a good game for him against North. So hopefully he goes a big score and gets some cash generating again. Keswick is out, so maybe we could look and see if there's anything here, but I don't think there is. It's going to be a wasted trade. I think we just have to wait on him. Yeah, real wasted trade. We go 400k. Yeah, there's just nothing really here. You might as well just hold Chesser. I mean, you could go Tyler Young, but Tyler Young might not have any job security either. So at least you know that Chesser might just come straight back when he gets the opportunity. But for now, we'll leave it. So anyway, thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble. Obviously, it was a decent third round, and we've got our first premium in, and hopefully he can start to score big for us. So I'm going to cancel this because we're just going to keep Chesser. Constable actually played really well in the twos, so I think he could get a run, and with Flanders out, maybe that opens the door. Maybe they move McPherson up forward and then put Constable back there in the back line. He did look really good in that flogging of Geelong's VFL team. So, but anyway, this round we've got what? Well, GWS play on the Sunday, which is where we're captaining Kelly. So Hunter we can't do, and otherwise we're actually not missing many. So Richmond play Hawthorn, which could be a decent game for Hopper, but not really on it. Day's playing Geelong, so I don't really want to go near that. Don't really think the rest of these guys can get a big score. So I guess it begs the question, do we VC Kelly into like a Hunter? Who do Essendon have? GWS. So we can't go Setterfield. Kerno plays North. You'd think this... I mean, actually, with this game, it was a game where Supercoach scoring seemed to be hard, except for the select few being Cripps and Kelly. So maybe you can get a better score. I'm thinking that we VC again. Oh, I'd love to VC Sheasel just as a cheeky one. Surely he's going to get some attention here. But Carlton do love to run. Hey, let's go VC Sheasel. I reckon it'll probably flip with him and Zeeble. Zeeble will have the good game now, but let's just go for it. We've got Kelly now, so Kelly's our captain. He's the first primo in, and he's going to lead us to a bigger score. Let's try and break that. If he goes 148 again, we might be able to get to that 2,000 mark. That would be a new frontier for us and would probably actually propel us quite a far way. So, but anyway, that will be for something for us to wait to see. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know there was a lot of rambling, but just getting the thoughts out on the paper. It's the first week we get a premium in the team, so hopefully it's onward and upward from here. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a like, give us a subscribe, leave a comment, say what you think. Obviously, the team's not very good, but the whole point of this was to be something different, give us a little bit of a challenge, not have a team that looks like everyone else's, and just see how far we can get. I know it's going to be hard to get all the premiums in, but if Zeeble, if a few of these guys can score well enough, we might be able to keep them. Jimby could go 100, maybe, potentially. Maybe even after he gets a bit more, he could be that a Dacos 2.0. I mean, Sheasel could be that Dacos 2.0, even better. So anyway, that's enough for now. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.